Okay.
And welcome, good afternoon, all of you awesome viewers. Listen here. Today, February 7th, is National Black HIV Awareness Day, and you are tuned in to the Selma AIR Education Team bringing you, listen, some, okay? You saw the intro. It's called Basics. Not for basics. They basics. Now we all want base. Most of us want base. Sometimes we want base. A little bit of base. Well, maybe a lot of. Anyway, they basics. Okay. And so what we're going to be doing today is talking about real practical information about HIV, talking about how it impacts Black people, and especially how it impacts us as we may be engaging with and y'all saw the hashtag not for basic bays. That's not who we want, y'all. We don't want the basic bays because basic bays can lead us down a path that is unsafe, unhealthy, and can cost us tons of things, including a lifelong diagnosis. So we want to thank you for tuning in. Take this time to like and share this video. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about some hot topics. I'm joined by the education team here at Selma AIR, Miss Latangela.
Hey y'all!
Yes, Miss Denisha.
Hi!
And Mr. Kevin Brown.
Hello, the one and only.
Yes, so the one and only Kevin Brown, you got a list of hot topics that I think we need to hit on. So you can let's start that list.
Absolutely. First, let me start off by saying all of my beautiful co-workers here are phenomenal. They look great and they really work hard. We work hard to bring you guys good content and information. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Lydia. So let me start off by talking about a few myths. Okay. So women, ladies, because I don't have any men here to help me out. I guess I'm just standing alone. But women, do you think men cheat more than women?
Ooh.
Hmm.
First of all, let's start with this. What is considered cheating?
Wow.
That's a
I
good
think
question.
I think if you're in a relationship with someone and you step outside the boundaries and you're unfaithful to them, and you have it doesn't have to be intercourse. You could be cheating in other ways. So I just feel like if you go outside the boundaries of the commitment that you promised your
Hmm.
significant other.
I
So
agree.
are the boundaries then set by those two people that who are in that committed relationship? Because my boundary could be you can't look at another person, or my boundary could be you can't talk to X person. So is the boundary then set by the people that's in the relationship?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would think
Okay.
that that would be one of the major conversations around, actually being in a relationship.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So Denisha, what has been some of your boundaries in relationships that, or I should say, deal breakers?
Hmm. I would think that would be entertaining another female
Hmm.
outside of just basic conversation.
Right.
It's okay to have some conversations, but um, as you say, there should be boundaries within those conversations. You know, uh,
Okay. Okay. So going back to the whole men versus women, Do you think that women cheat more in a relationship?
you know what? I personally think that men probably step out more, but I think that women may do it better.
Hmm. And you know what? As I, Lydia always, she jokes on me about doing my research, but in my research, I actually found that men, in fact, do cheat more than women. Now, why? I don't know. Okay, I can't answer that question. But according to this study, it says women cheat about as much as men. Dot dot dot. Sort of.
What is
I
sort
doubt
What do
of?
you mean?
Okay. So what sort of is, I don't know. That's kind of ambiguous. So I think that they are in fact trying to say that men do cheat more than women.
You know what? The sort of may go back to just what Latangela talked about and
Mhm.
depending, like stepping outside of certain boundaries,
Mhm.
Mhm.
because entertaining conversation, like we physically haven't done anything, but we are emotionally attaching to each other.
Catch.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's the sort of, and so there can be some other relationships that you can connect to somebody that's not your sex partner, let's say.
Okay. So do you think it's possible to make somebody love you?
Oh
You
hell
know
no.
how some people say, well, um, we I could make him her love me after we have sex, or after I put it on her or put it on him, he gonna love me. Do you think that that's possible?
no, I don't.
So I think it's important for us to differentiate sex from love, because I
Absolutely.
think
Amen.
when we do that, um we can kind of not go down a lot of bad roads that we go down in relationships, thinking that somebody love you because they call you at 12 a.m., or thinking that he love you because he did you a favor.
Right.
What will you have to do for that favor? Because ain't nothing for free. So I just want to reiterate that love and sex are two different things, and it's important that if this person loves you, it should not hurt. Okay,
Absolutely.
this person should not put you in a compromising situation, especially with your health. Okay, so um, let's talk about buying love with material things, because I can share a personal anecdote. I have a cousin or whatever, and we knew that they weren't gonna mesh well. However, she bought them, and the marriage didn't last that long.
Hmm.
But I see that so often with women these days, and ladies, I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm really just going off of what I see. And I feel like a lot of women are buying love. Whether it's him, you know, driving your car, okay? Whether it's him getting you a ring, or it's him doing that. You really, you know, he should love really don't cost. So ladies, how do you feel about that?
About buying love.
I
Yeah.
want to be the first to answer.
Go ahead, Lydia.
Go ahead. Okay, I'll wait.
Um, I don't think you can buy love. I don't think money can buy love, because I know of people who have been in relationships and they were rich and they weren't happy at all. And I mean, you can have a man or a woman and you can buy each other extravagant gifts, but that doesn't make you happy. They'll still go out and cheat. So I don't I don't feel that a lot of women buy love. I think they're looking for love, and it's so hard now to find a genuine mate, someone who's sincere, someone who's not about the games. It's like at a certain time in your life, you should be used to vagina. You should just want to find someone who's not perfect but perfect for you, and you both grow together, and you can have something, because when you go and you think the grass is greener on the other side, it's usually not. So a lot of women can get hurt, and they'll say, well, I bought you this and I bought you that. That's why if you don't do it from your heart, there's no sense in throwing it up in someone's face. I don't see anything wrong with a woman doing things for a man and a man doing things for a woman. That's just how I feel.
I agree. I think that it's okay to celebrate each other. You know,
Mhm.
your significant other should represent who you are.
Right.
I wouldn't want my significant other to be out, um, broke down, busted, and disgusted, but at the same time, the boundaries. You got to
Mhm.
know the difference between someone using you or someone who really cherish and care for you.
Amen.
So you have to be mindful of the cunning individuals because you have those who will really, especially women, we are typically, especially black women, weak for a man. And I'm just being
Mhm.
honest.
Mhm.
Um, and
So
but
when you say weak for a man, Denisha, I'm sorry to cut you off, but do you mean there's an
love,
emotional
love,
like love?
Mhm.
yeah,
But
and
do you think that those kind of people, I hate, I don't want to keep saying women because I don't want to feel like I'm picking on them, but when those kind of people are out, out here looking for love, do you think that they really know the difference between the love and you and being used?
sometimes I think it goes back to how women are raised. If you had a true example within, your household, maybe not this. I can't even say household, but sometimes it takes. Let me say it like this. Okay, let me not wash it down.
Come on, break it down for us.
Okay, sometimes when you have women like that, it's because they have been taught or seen
Mhm.
that done naturally, and that they believe that that's how a relationship should go.
Yeah, okay.
Um, so if you had like older, mature women to kind of guide the younger women, like say, "Hey, this is know your worth,"
Hmm.
let them pursue you, and treat yourself with respect and dignity. So carry your morals. Um, but a lot of time we don't have that support, especially this new generation of women, and I include my generation as well. We have lost that moral teaching about women carrying themselves the way that they should be carrying themselves. So we get lost in that as well. And and sometimes it's just be, well, I can get him, I can do whatever, I want that man, I'm gonna do whatever it is to keep him, things of that nature. So that's a whole different conversation. But yeah.
Okay, I want to piggyback off something. And thank you so much
Mhm.
for your response. I think a lot of women can resonate with that. And I noticed something that you said when you said you don't want a partner that's busted and disgusted. Do women always date up?
Not always. And let me say something about that statement I made. Not necessarily busted and disgusted mean that they're a bad person.
Hmm.
That's where you need to date and get to know one another, because sometimes the busted and disgusted could be one of some of the best men ever. Just need someone to kind of speak some positivity, be that encouraging piece in their life. So, but I don't think a lot of women date up. Um, a lot of, and to be honest, I think a lot of women settle, and
Settle.
sometimes it takes maturity. Maybe trial and error, maybe, growth. We all have mistakes in life, but sometimes it takes a wake up call for you to realize, yeah, I did that.
Absolutely. Latangela, I see you nodding your head. What's been your experience?
Um, I just feel like right now, I know in my life, in my season, I don't want to be a purse and I don't want to be a nurse. That means I don't want to have to take care of a man. And then I
Okay.
don't want no man too old where I got, he can't do anything. So I don't want to be a purse or a nurse.
Okay,
And
hashtag purse or nurse. I love it.
so
Absolutely love it.
um I really feel that, like when she said busted and disgusted, I don't I don't really think she meant any harm because from from um, real life, I've noticed that the men that wear the t-shirts or that are they're dirty, they're the welders, the truck drivers. They making some big money out there. So, what I want the audience to know is when you meet a person, that's not the real person. They're giving you a representation of themselves.
Hmm.
That's not the real person. They're letting you see, what they want you to see at that time, but you have to get to know them. You have to date. Like I'm actively dating now. So, so I can get to know people. And then at the end of the day, the one that sparks my attention and my interest, that's the one I'm going to, try and settle down with. So that's just a little tidbit I want to throw out there.
And you know what? I heard every minute of it, and I absolutely agree. And I'm going to be a little controversial right now. Lydia's probably like, "Oh my God, what is he about to say?" But I want to I want to ask this question: do you guys think that the black man? I was having this conversation with my stepmom the other day, and I told her, I said, this is no longer a man's world. This is a woman's world, and I feel that because I feel that women now have taken over the household. Not to say that there aren't any men out there that aren't stepping up to the plate and handling business, but you see more and more women in the workforce now, being the breadwinners. And where does that now leave the man? And this is not a racial thing, but where does that leave the man now when the woman is making more than him?
Lydia, you want to talk on that? You haven't spoken.
You know what? I really do because I constantly have this conversation with my peers. Um, my friend circle in other spaces talking to especially like Kevin said, not to make this a racial thing, but black women,
Mm-hmm.
that the further up we are able to achieve in our career or earnings, then the harder it is to find a man to at least meet where we are. Unfortunately, there are some barriers that that are just out there, right? There's some systemic things that have contributed to Black people not being able to access wealth at the same rate as our white counterparts.
Right.
Black women seem like a safe bet, right? We can move more fluidly in our professional lives a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times. Black men have to get it out of the mud, right? Build your own business as opposed to working in someone's Fortune 500 and coming up that way. And so when I consider like dating, it's really hard for me to want to engage in any type of meaningful conversation with anyone, any man who cannot at least meet me where I am. I totally feel it, Tangela, when she said, I don't want to be a person, a nurse, honey. I need that t-shirt, the bumper sticker, the key ring. Listen, I'm not gonna be your purse because I promise you, you try to stay up in my house, I will cut the power out on you. Bye. Okay. And a nurse, I don't want to have to take care of you. I want to be able to travel. I need you to be able to be active with my
Mm-hmm.
son, right? Like we
Mm-hmm.
want to be able to do things together. Um, So it can become real complicated for Black women, especially those with any type of earning power in this moment, right? And being a head of household, that's a totally different thing because I've had a significant other say like, man, I feel like you keep having the pants on. I said, no, it's actually a cape, and I have to feel safe
Hmm.
in order to take that cape off because I have to be the superhero to my son, to folks, you know what I'm saying, on the job, whatever. And so I have to feel safe in order to take the cape off. And if you don't make me feel safe, then yeah, the cape stays on, bro. Tighten up.
Mhm.
So do you? So I'm gonna play devil's advocate right now. Do you think that I mean, obviously our grandmothers and our great grandmothers, our granddaddies went to work and they stayed at home.
Hmm.
And I think that now, we have to change our mindsets. That is no more. Okay, the woman is going to work and the man is going to work. But women, do you ever teach the man how to love you, or do
Mm.
you just think that he is supposed to assume?
That's where your boundaries come in. That's where communication comes in. That can be outside the bedroom, inside the bedroom. You have to communicate, hey, I don't like that. I like this. You throw hints if you want to go, hey, there's this movie playing, I want to go. For example, I like to go wine tasting. Hint, hint. You know, you have to communicate. How are they gonna know if you don't tell them? You
Well,
have to you have to talk to them. You have to, let them find out what your love language is. You have to
if you
study.
say I like to go wine, if I like wine tasting, I mean most brothers probably just gonna look at you and be like, well, why don't you go down to the grocery store and get you a bottle of wine and bring it back home and then you can taste it. So, that's not necessarily saying because you have to also understand it's back
No,
to
no, no, no.
it's back to what Lydia said. She wants somebody to meet her halfway. Okay, what if this man has never ever been exposed or been to a wine tasting?
That's
So
where
that's
the
Mm.
what that is.
dialogue, Kevin, that's where the dialogue and the conversation comes in. And he'll say, wine tasting. If he said you can go to the store, no, have you heard of the Ozone Winery? They have the little train ride and you can pair your wine with cheese. And that's where you educate them and you talk to them and you say, okay, I think that'll be a nice little date. We can go and we can explore that. It's called communication because you can't just sit there and look at each other. You have to be verbal and let a person know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. That's how I feel.
And that's what I was trying to get out of you. Throwing hints, you can't expect them to get it. You have to just say, I want to go to a wine tasting.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is something we should experience. But once again, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. What if he's not interested in a wine tasting?
That's
So
just like me. I don't understand football, the plays, but if my man likes that, I just know when they make a touchdown, I cheer. I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna wear whatever team he likes, and we're gonna go, to the cookouts. And I mean, I'm gonna support him. I don't like football, but sometimes you know what you have to do. You have to learn how and when to fight your battles. What battles to
Hmm.
fight. It might be some things that he doesn't like that I do, but he would just say, you know what, that's base, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So I don't support that.
I think you could be creative and do something small. If he say, "Hey, let go to the grocery store," okay, so um, I'm gonna bring a little creative experience home. I might
Hmm.
go pick up a variety of bottles of wine and
Yeah,
set
that'd be
up a date
nice.
night. Something like
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
But you just have to know that your mate is, you know, willing to take on that role. You got to
And
be
I'm
who
so
you're
I, and
dating.
you guys broke it down. I wasn't, this is not a men versus women because my mama taught me better. It's three against one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close on something fun. Ladies, what do you guys think? it's too old to have sex? When is it too? When are you too old to have sex?
So let me throw in a little bit of HIV education in this moment, right? Because today is National Black HIV Awareness Day. And the CDC recommends that everyone between the ages of, well, they say 13, but let's make it a 50-year gap, 14 to 64, right? Needs to have an HIV test every single year if they're sexually active. Now, I, for one, want to be sexually active when I'm 64. I hope to be sexually active with my husband. Y'all, one of my favorite commercials right now is an Airbnb commercial with a older couple, and it's to the music is Jay Z and Beyonce's "Me and My Girlfriend," and I'm like,
Oh,
I love that because it is reflective of how much just what Latangela was talking about, how deeply people can connect and travel with each other and love on each other. So, honey, listen, the CDC says you need to still be taking HIV tests. So I don't think it is an age. I mean, when you pass out, like,
okay.
When Viagra is no longer helping.
I think for
okay,
some, that's probably about right now.
that part.
We thank you guys so much, for this conversation. I'm honored, to yet you guys let me be the kind of control it a little bit and ask these questions. I think Latangela, you gave some awesome, awesome responses, and
Thank
Denisha
you.
as well, and of course Miss Chapman, as always. So we want you guys to be safe, know your status, and know that we are here if you need us, Selma AIR, and you can reach us at 334-418-5055. Okay, and please, please, please come by and see us at our wellness center. We love to have visitors,
Yes.
and we love to talk to you. So I'm gonna hand it back over to Lydia, and thank you guys so much.
Listen, I can't say anything other than reiterate that telephone number. It is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Call us at the Black Belt Wellness Center, which is a part of the Selma Air Network, 334-418-5055. We provide free HIV testing. We can get you your results within 20 minutes so you will know your status. Bring your bay. Listen, it's called Bay Basics. One of the basic things you can do when you have a bay is bring them in and get tested. Make that a part of your date. Listen, on the way to the winery, we gonna schedule an appointment. Stop by the wellness center. Let you know, get the swab.
You watching football? You want to swab?
That's right.
You
There
get
you go.
touchdown. Hey, you
Okay,
ready to
you
go?
got swipe left, swipe right,
That's right.
swab left, swab right,
That's
and
right.
make sure Bay is safe because we don't want basic bays because basic bays don't care about being safe. All right.
Absolutely.
So we hope to see you again this week as we bring you Basic Bays as a part of celebrating National Black HIV Awareness Day. Today is the day, but we'll keep sharing information. www.selmaair.org. See y'all. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe. Bye.